them.
Yes, so I would like to definitely run through a few background statements.
Brief ones, otherwise we will lose our PS.
I would like to let you know that information is power. Give people the information from a business perspective, as Kaposo has put it. Give them the information on what they lose by not having the good, and be very keen in terms of understanding, as I said, that water, sanitation and hygiene at leadership level, at strategic level, always know that there is something I'll put in to kickstart the process. For example, in a rural water project, I'm quoting one of the big projects which FCD, Minister of Water and Water Aid implemented in Arusha. It's a huge project over 4.5 million pounds. At the look of it, you can think this is a very expensive program. But go deeper and remove the layers of the onion. Understand this is my responsibility. I have to inform the community, and I have also to convince the man with the money, the capitalists, to come in. So I think I can make the case by turning the onion upside down and make sure every stakeholder to the water, to that drop of water, has the right information and knows what do I have in it. What do I have in it?
What is my stake in it?
Thank you.
It's a great place to end. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to help me applaud our panelists here. Rory Nightingale, Dr. Ibrahim, Engineer Wilhelmina Malima, and Mr. Kaposo Mwambuli. Thank you so much for your insights. We also had some impromptu panelists over there called Nathan Berete. And so I would like to give the final word to Engineer Sanga, the Permanent Secretary. You've been here with us. We really appreciate your time. What are you taking away from this discussion and from the report and from the presentations that you heard?
Thank you very much, all panelists, for the very useful discussion we've had. We really appreciate for that. We've taken note of, because I'm the first beneficiary, by the way, of the discussion which we have had. I understand the strong comment we've got from many members with regard to the proper utilization of the private sector, because alone we can't reach the target which we are focusing. But better environment, conducive environment for the private sector participation, I think together we will reach there. But let me assure you, we are even reviewing our national water policy. That is one of the emphasis we're putting there, is the private sector involvement. This will be soon out. We have taken note of that because we understand your role, your contribution toward universal access to water and sanitation. We have done a lot. We have noticed your work, but we have to put this conducive environment. I was giving one example of one of the private sector who came to our office, that one of the points which has been raised by Dr. Congo was last year. Last year we had some challenges of water shortage in Dar es Salaam. I was telling one of the private sector who came to our office that in Dar es Salaam with the Indian Ocean, you can even look at the possibility of, for instance, having the desalination plant in Dar es Salaam, and then we sell that to water which is already treated to DAWASA, the water supply authority in Dar es Salaam. So if the price is reasonable, you can even focus on the BOOT, build, own, operate, transfer. We have the treatment plant of desalination processes in Dar es Salaam, and you sell it to the local authority, who can then sell it to the local citizen by using that tariff they have for the normal conventional system which they have from the river roof. But let me assure you that the government of Tanzania is very much committed to work with the private sector, and also we appreciate the support which we are getting from different stakeholders and our different partners. Today we are focusing more with the World Bank because we are invited by the World Bank and they are putting a big envelope compared to the other partners, but we appreciate all development partners. Alone we can't, but together we can. We have seen a tremendous achievement which we have got through different programs, but let me assure you, all different partners, when we talk of the P4R, Program for Results, it's among of the best program which we've had in our country. This has got tremendous results in the rural areas, and it has even attracted some friends from different parts of the continent to come and learn. Recently, we received some few friends from Nigeria who came to learn how Tanzania is doing better on that. And I think they learned a lot. I think Ruth Kennedy can witness on this, but we also appreciate the country office of the World Bank here in Tanzania for the good job they are doing. They are real assistance. They are really assisting us on reaching our objective. But through also the panel discussion we've had, we've spoken about do we have enough water? And I'm very happy for the comment of having storage. I really concur with this, and as I spoke in previous, that the government is taking a measure on that. First of all, we purchased about 5 sets of the dam construction, which we are putting in 5 zones of our country to make sure that every zone has got its set for constructing these water storage facilities. And for the first time, the government has committed to construct the huge dams of Kidunda. Kidunda Dam is a long river Ruvu that will guarantee a constant flow to Dar es Salaam and the coastal region throughout the year. But we are also going to construct Farkwa Dam under the support of the concession loan from the African Development Bank. This Farkwa Dam will be constructed in Dodoma. These are among of the huge dams which are going to be constructed in our country. But also the strong commitment of the 6th government under the leadership of our Excellence President Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan. We have managed to purchase about 25 drilling rigs for the water sector. This is a historical event. We've got these water rigs that will guarantee boreholes to those areas which we can get boreholes to be used by our citizens. This is a strong commitment by the government through the strong leadership of our president. We have spoken about the real cost of the service in rural. I know it might be easy, but it has some challenges in computing this real cost. You know, when you talk of the real cost, we have to talk about the source of water in rural areas. If you are having like when you go to the southern highlands, Makete and Njombe, you will find you have the gravity water system there. You just take the spring water from the hill. It's very easy. Water just flowing to the citizens. It's very easy. Water you don't need to treat much because turbidity is reasonable. Water is fresh. No further treatment rather than just putting disinfection, I mean chlorination only. But when you go to areas like northern part of the country, you have to drill deep boreholes, or you have to pump. For instance, when you go to Simanjiro there, you have to pump 3 times. From the water source we are having there, we have to pump about 3 times. The head is about 900 meters from Nyumba ya Mungu to the Simanjiro people there. And that area is very dry. So sometimes it has that difficulties in getting that really cost of service, although it is doable. You can have maybe tranche, I mean your branches of this, I mean this kind of source, this kind of source, and that kind of source. There is an issue for demand calculations. Yeah, we take note of this. It has been raised by one of our colleagues in region. We have those data. When you go to our database, you can see which region has that coverage, what's the demand vis-a-vis the supply there, and the list areas you have in your database. But we take note of maybe making this publicly known, that maybe which regions are suffering much compared to other regions. So we have taken a lot, but we appreciate all the panelists, the moderator, all participants who have joined this ceremony, which is well organized by the World Bank. I thank the country director, and I also thank the country team for a good job which they are doing with the government. And I'm focusing on my ministry with the WASH programs. I appreciate Ruth Kennedy and your team for the good job you are doing, and we are working very well together. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Asante sana.
Thank you very much, Engineer Sanga. And it was good of you to take time to respond to some of the main issues that came and to tell us what government is doing, 25 rigs, the dams, etc. It's very encouraging. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, let me bring this to a close with a final note, an invitation from the World Bank to use. The note says to me this, I'll be verbatim. Aiden, please don't forget to announce lunch at the end. Lunch has been announced on behalf of the World Bank. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you for the panelists. Thank you.